Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. You have a couple more days if you run a youth or AAU basketball program and want your team outfitted head to toe in .3 gear, so check it out. Now let's talk about the Hawks versus the Thunder from Friday night because it was a really stark contrast between how teams attack with the ball. You had the Hawks running their beautiful motion that we've already displayed a little bit, and then you had the Thunder, which has been effective from a results-based notion, but when you watch the process, it's simply not there. And my argument is that when you go up against the top teams in the East or the West in the playoffs, that kind of offense generates difficult shots. In fact, it's too difficult to consistently make and keep you in games, and that's why I think that they're not going to be able to win a title this way. The results have shown they've made it to the finals once, into the conference finals. Probably more of a testament to how good their individual play is in Kevin Durant and even Russell Westbrook. But if they could run something more like the Hawks, you would see, I think, some really easy shots, and that would translate to more wins. Again, my opinion from a coaching standpoint. And that's why I think the Hawks have a legitimate shot to make it to the finals, and who knows at that point what might happen. So check out the dichotomy, really interesting stuff when you look at it back to back. And I get it. I'm showing some misses by the Thunder and makes by the Hawks, but trust me on this one, the process is the same the way the Thunder run their offense as it is for the Hawks. The Hawks start out by dribbling to the wing, glancing at Millsap at the post before reversing the ball. Notice how all five guys are in motion and in sync, and simple motion offense creates an opening for Carroll to penetrate. Because Millsap cleared to the weak side, there is no help and Horford gets an open shot. The Thunder also dribble to the wing and swing the ball. They even set a cross screen for Durant to post up. Of course, Korver sinks way off Robertson, which is the first problem. Why is Robertson in this position to feed Durant the ball? The ball swings again, but you'll notice that Durant and Robertson will end up standing around on the weak side, allowing the defense to radically shift, and Korver can come all the way over to contest this Ibaka shot. Here's another dribble to the wing, then swing. This becomes triangle action as Millsap pivots into the pinch post, and Mike Scott has a choice between a baseline screen by Ontic or a down screen by Carroll, depending on what his man does. The Hawks run the pinch post action, and they reverse the ball again, run screen and roll, and get Ontic a good look at three, plus the free throws. Here's an example of the Thunder's offense that so quickly goes stagnant even when they reverse the ball. Their default action tends to be isolation. The Hawks love to initiate with a dribble to the wing, then reverse it. Notice how this action flows right into Horns. Horford on the weak side immediately screens down in the corner, distracting Perkins, who can't help when Ontic hands the ball off to Schroeder for the layup. Compare this to the Thunder's Horns, which requires Reggie Jackson to call it out. It has less flow, and they do not execute the pick and roll to start. The spacing is way off on this curl for Durant, making it easy for the Hawks defense to contain, then close out on the corner three. The Thunder don't run motion before this horn set, and you end up having Kevin Durant standing there holding his knees for 7 seconds. The Hawks run a double drag screen for Schroeder. The Thunder defense doesn't talk and is caught off guard. Watch this two-man game. As the ball doesn't stop moving, they've got two shooters spotted up on the weak side, and Perkins can't stop the middle penetration. The Thunder try to run 25. And have to wait for Robertson to get in position to down screen for Adams. It does slow down Horford, but Adams initially tries to screen so Russ can go left. But that would just head him right into where Ibaka and Robertson already are. Meanwhile, you've got Durant just walking around out there aimlessly. Russ sees an opening to attack the mid-range. Horford makes a great play to strip him, and it was weird to me that Durant couldn't get back in time to try and make a play. The Thunder are content to dribble the ball down and just set a high ball screen without ball movement first. Notice the two players in the corners never move, nor does Durant, allowing his man to contest this three easily. The Hawks don't avoid early pick and rolls or isolations, but watch how Korver sprints to the three-point line, turning the heads of OKC's two big men. Teague doesn't force a penetration off the screen. You've got Horford setting a flare screen beautifully. Millsap can spot up, and when he gets the ball, he isolates and scores a layup, but only after the ball moves side to side. This is one of the most recognizable plays the Thunder have been running for years. A simple pin down for KD on the right side with no movement beforehand. It's also obvious to Bazemore, who's already steering a hole in that direction and deflects the pass to the back court. Now, there's no time for anything but a rush drive to his left. Nobody helps one pass away, and this is all they can get. Let's talk about Korver. He gets a double pin down at full speed coming towards the middle. Adams has to step over to help, opening up a pass to Horford. Russ kind of stunts toward him, but doesn't turn and run back to Teague, who is way too fast and exploits the baseline. The Hawks always fill the weak side corner on baseline drives, meaning Ibaka cannot help. I almost fell off my chair when I saw the Thunder come down and run the loop, the play the Spurs love to run for Tony Parker. Russ dribbles to the wing in Parker's role, Durant zipper cuts in Kawhi's role, and Russ then gets 3 screens across the baseline. I'm not joking when I say the execution was way off. Ibaka does not appear to know the play and doesn't set his screen. Robertson does an okay job in the key, but Adams' screen should be set 15 feet from the basket at a 45-degree angle. Also, Durant should stay on the midline for a better angle for the pass. All of these things take away the power of the set, and they don't get a good shot. In our other breakdown of the Hawks offense, we've shown how Korver screens for his teammates all over the place, and instead of receiving the pin down from Millsap, he turns it into a pin down for him. Durant had no idea, and they get a wide open 3. Compare that to Waiters in the game, who probably should be swinging this ball, but instead does a 3-dribble isolation into a long 2 brick. Meanwhile, watch the action as 4 Hawks players are in purposeful motion with Millsap ball screening and Horford down screening. Russ allows Teague to use the screen to the middle, gorgeous bounce pass to the rolling Millsap, and there's nothing the Thunder can do except feel demoralized. And I leave you with this beauty. Again, a Korver curl off the weak side Horford screen, but when it bogs down a little bit, Korver never stops moving. Watch the almost blind skip pass, Carroll finding a seam, which then creates an opening for the Millsap 3.